Because I'm telling you, when in the 70s, I didn't hear about nobody having no stroke and heart attack. They might have been in their 60s when they were having strokes and heart attack. Now, as early as the late 80s and 90s, I started seeing my peers having heart attacks and strokes at 35.
Oh yeah, I had a
40.
friend have one at 31 a week ago.
Yeah, so I mean, and the one thing is that I always tell people about that when people have a heart attack, is there's a string that ties all those people together. What's that string? It's their diet. They don't know each other, but they eating the same stuff. You could believe me. Can't name me one person who you know was eating fruits and green leafy plants who had a heart attack. See, that you ain't gonna never come up with that one. So that's part of what fuels me to go down this path. I don't know. I mean, you never know if I have a heart attack or a stroke on that path. But what I'm saying is, everybody that I know has a heart attack or a stroke, I know how to eat. Plenty mucus, plenty pus. Even vegetarians who are just going crazy with the soy stuff. You dig? So, so the soy stuff done replaced it.
And think about it like this. If you were to, and just imagine this, because you cook, with like your own home and stuff.
I do.
So if you had, say, you put some rice in a pan with a little bit of water, and then you cook it, but when you were gonna be eating it, you kept cooking it. So, and add a little bit more water to it. So you keep cooking it, you keep cooking it. What does it turn into? It turns into this pasty, sticky glue.
Yeah.
They use melted down rice for bookbinders glue.
Yeah.
So think about all of the foods that you can cook like that, and you just overcook it, and your body's 98 degrees. So you're putting in this stuff that literally turns into glue inside the body.
And that see, what you just were talking about was the boiling process. When he mentioned the 98 degrees, that's actually a boiling process. So here you are cooking food, then you're eating it, and when it goes into your digestive system, it's concentrated even more because it's a boiling process. That's 98 degrees, that's hot. So it's a boiling process. Now you concentrate it even more, it becomes more viscous and more thick.
Compare that to
and it's just,
if you threw some apples in there, or you threw a mango or something in there and cook that the same way, it doesn't turn into slime. It doesn't turn into glue. You know, so that mucusless diet,
so,
you know, we're eating slime-free foods, you know, foods that basically don't degrade into glue.
Even if you cook them, they're not. If you cook your vegetables,
it turns into syrup. You know, with well, vegetables, they just sort of degrade into something that's not sticky and slimy. Fruits turn into syrup. Most fruits. So if you do that with apple syrup, if you do that with grapes, grape syrup.
Cherie, whatever.
Cherries, whatever. Yeah, it turns into a syrup if you keep cooking it, keep cooking it.
Okay.
So that's
And then on top of that, all pus and mucus forming foods are also ultimately acid forming foods.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the acids are what rips people's bodies apart from the inside out. You know, every time you're talking about some sort of ailment, when it's coming with, whether it's someone's endocrine system or whatever, not only do you have the obstruction, but that obstruction is slowly turning into these acids that destroy human tissue and destroy human cells.
Okay.
And here we go. So on one hand, you can't breathe because you got so much obstruction and glue that is on the cellular level obstructing the pathways for oxygen to get to the cells. And then on the other side, now you got all this acidosis, all this acid that's attacking. Anytime there's pain, believe me, there's acids in your body somewhere,